Guys, we're back. So today we're reframing the two windows. We have two fixed pane, fixed glass windows in our living room area. And in order to make sure that we meet code on those windows, we need to actually raise our sill plate, which is the bottom plate here. We need to raise it up. So we caught our window manufacturer just in time to actually take 1 foot off the size of our windows, which saves us a lot of work on reframing this. Instead of ripping out the header and doing all the extra work, all we have to do now is take the sill plate off, raise it about 1 foot, and reinstall. Once we finish that, then we'll be able to install our windows into this rough opening that fits our new windows, and we'll be in code compliance. You don't want to get to the end of your build and then find out that you're out of compliance with code. So all through the process, make sure that you're checking, make sure that you're verifying that the things that you're doing are up to code and with the proper inspections. I mean, and sometimes it's even missed on one inspection. We just didn't want this to get picked up on the final inspection. So we're going to show a little video of me tearing this down and then building it back up. So the first thing we need to do is remove this sill plate here at the bottom. And in order to do that, we want to first disconnect it from the actual sheathing that's here. We have to disconnect the sheathing, that's like the skin, from the actual framing of the house. Once that's removed, we'll pop this sill plate out. Christina's coming around to show you. But once the skinning is off, we'll pop this sill plate up. We'll knock these cripples, these are called cripples, we'll knock those out and we'll replace them with some taller cripples that I've already cut, that I have in a stack over there. So I'm going to use
that's the stack.
I'm going to use my crowbar and my hammer to separate our sheathing from our framing, and then from there it's just popping out the nails. So that we have our skin loose, it's time to break this seal plate free. I'll pull all the nails out of that and we'll reuse that after we raise this. Now, so now that we have this place where we have this clear of those shorter boards, remember we're raising the sill plate up. So in order to do that, I'll cut some taller cripples. Those are the boards that go vertical and sit under the sill plate, which goes horizontal. I'll show you what that looks like. You know, that's what we're going after. I'm going to have to knock out these so that we can reuse this board, but that's how much higher, you see, about a foot that our window sill will be. So let's go remove some nails. So now this board is ready to be used again for our sill plate.
While Byron is working on precision type things, let me show you what I'm doing. These are the seals that we just took out. I am doing the grunt work of knocking these out so that we can reuse them. It's actually kind of therapeutic, but we want to reuse these because the price of wood is ridiculous these days, and we do not want to have to go into anything that we don't have to. And so wherever we can reuse something, we shall.
Cutting that one out next. Hey, we're back with another video. Today, I've got a big task ahead of myself. I've got to take down all the sheathing for those windows that you see behind me. We're gonna raise the headers up and then also bring the bottom seals right there. We're gonna lift those up so that we're in code. We actually already have the windows here. And yesterday we spent time installing all of the windows in the other home. in the other rooms, kind of preparing the openings and getting them installed. So we're making progress. Give you a quick tour. As you can see there's the front door. There's some other windows here, there and there. So windows. There's a total of 13 windows. We're down to the last 3. So we're gonna tackle those last 3 today, but it's kind of a major project because I have to take the sheathing off, and then I have to kind of modify the framing here in order to raise those headers. So I guess that's enough talking about it. Let's get to it. So we're back. It took a while, but as you can see, I've got one of the headers out here. I'm gonna reposition it up against the top plate, and then I'll secure the jack studs on the side, using those cripples that were up there at first. So it took a little bit, but I'm making progress. All right, so now that we've got the header repositioned here, and I have it dry fitted into the opening. I went ahead and let's see if I can show here. Got my air compressor, my nail guns right there. I'm gonna dry fit this, get it in position, and then we're going to secure it to the framing. So here we go. There it is. We've got the header raised, and now it's nailed into place. Now it's time to move on to this next one. I'm having trouble with the camera, but either this one or that one right there. I think I'm gonna go with this one over here, just a little closer behind the door here. So I put a time lapse up of that so you can see me taking it down. My last time lapse actually cut off, so you didn't see me do that first one. So I'm gonna do a time lapse of this next one, and you'll get a chance to see that one. So here we go. We got all three headers raised at this point. Well, almost all three headers. This header here, the one to the far end here, the cripples at the top were actually too short or too small to begin with. And so you see that gap that's up there? See that gap? That's because the header or the cripples weren't really tight when they were put in. See, I can push that header. I can push it and move it. You see that? And what's the point of a header if it's not gonna support anything? So I've cut some that are just a little bit longer to replace the two that I have here. That's gonna help push that header all the way up and tight to the top plate, okay? So I guess it's time for me to do that. All right, so there you have it. We have all three headers raised. Next step is to raise the window sills below. So the window sills, they also need to be raised up so that our window will fit into the opening. Also, that was the whole purpose of doing this, was to raise those window sills. This is the window sill. These are the window sills. So we're gonna raise those up so that they're above 18 inches. Doing that allows us to meet code for the type of windows that we're gonna install here. So let's get to it. All right, so we finally got the seal plates out at the bottom. So I don't know what my framers were doing, but they definitely wanted to make sure that these particular seal plates never moved, I guess. As you can tell, we were having a hard time with that last one. It was this one here. There were so many nails in it. It was a little bit of over-engineering, overkill, but hey, we got them out. Next thing to do is to go and measure our windows for our rough opening, and then we'll measure from the top down, match that rough opening from our windows, and that's where the new seal plate will run. So we're gonna get that measurement right now. Okay, so as you saw in the video, I measured from the top to the bottom to see where I needed to make this rough opening so that it matches the windows that we purchased. The windows that we purchased are 2 feet 6 inches wide by 6 feet tall. So our rough opening needs to be 6 feet from the bottom of that header all the way until we meet our window seal, which is what we'll be installing. So I measured from the bottom of the header down to where the tip of our window seal would be, and I marked that at 6 feet. After that, you want to take off the width of your 2x4 that sits across on your seal plate, and then measure from the bottom of that seal plate down to your mud seal. So the distance in between those two came out to 18 5/8 of an inch. So I'm headed to the skill saw. We've got 3 cripples that we're gonna cut for each window seal. So that's a total of 9. So we got 9 cuts at 18 inches and 5/8. So let's do it. Finally got the bottom seal plates in, or window seals. We got them resized, got them in. Now it's just time to cut out the window openings, dress them up like we've done to the other windows, and then drop in the window. So here we go, let's get to it. We're back. Christina and I are whipped. We've been putting in windows all weekend, both Saturday and Sunday.
And Friday.
Yeah, and Friday. And did we do one on Thursday when they first came in?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the first day that they arrived, we couldn't wait.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and put a window in, one window. Now, take a look at this. Isn't it beautiful? We're all done. We got those headers moved up to the top. We got the seal plates, or the window seals framed out. And look at those gorgeous windows. Aren't they beautiful? It is 9:44 p.m. We started around noon.
Yeah.
So this is what, I guess, nearly 10 hours worth of effort gets you. But there was a lot involved here, as you saw through the videos, as I took you along, from reconfiguring this wall to taping and installing the windows. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by the channel. And if you haven't yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because we'll be releasing more videos and it helps out the channel a lot. Until next time, from Byron and Christina, we'll see you. Peace. What's up, YouTube? Hey, I'm back again, and I'm back out here at the property today because it rained last night. It was a heavy rain last night, and I'm happy and thankful that it did rain because I wanted to see how well our window installation held up to the rain. I'm showing you the windows there behind me. Really, I was concerned about these first two windows because these were the first two windows that we installed as we were kind of understanding and learning all that was going on, with the windows. So in the process of, being excited that our windows came in, we actually framed these and didn't put nails all the way through the flanges or in all of the flanges. And so one of the things that I had to do was to come back and nail these in. Well, this morning, Christina came to the property, and sure enough, this window, she found rain. And one of the reasons that I'm sure that she found water in this window on the inside is because if you see right there, that's part of our porch roof. And during a heavy rain, the rain will run down this porch roof, and it hits right there, and that water could fall behind the window. So this is a very vulnerable spot, in our home that we really need to make sure that it's sealed nice and tight. So I have my caulk here. I'm going to do a proper caulk and seal job on this window to make sure it's good and tight. We're going to nail the flanges all the way across the top like we've done with the other windows. And then hopefully another rain will come before we clad. If not, I may get out the water hose and just hose it down just to make sure. But so here we go to fixing a mistake, and mistakes happen in construction. So let's fix it. All right, we're back, and I've caulked the seams up top here now. I've caulked it real good. I pull back the flange to expose behind the window this little seal. I'm gonna get up on the ladder here so you can see. All right, so see the seal right here, or this little flange? It goes all the way around the perimeter of the window. And so I've added caulk behind this. I peeled it back with a crowbar, squeezed caulk in behind there. I think I overdid it because some caulk spilled out over the top. And that's why we have this ugly mess. But there's another layer of tape that goes on top of this flange. See, we taped behind the flange, you can see right here, but we're also gonna put another roll of tape on top of this flange. So that's really gonna seal this window in from the elements. I'm switch hands real quick. You can see the culprit of the water right here. So water's coming off the roof right there, and it's landing right on this window. So we have to really make sure this window is sealed really well because water's coming from the roof and it's landing right on top of that window. So waterproofing, very important with windows, especially if your window is in direct line with water that's coming off of the roof. So there it is, guys. We'll give this some time to set up and dry, and if it doesn't rain before I tape this off, you couldn't see that. Before I tape this off, if it doesn't rain before that, I'll get a water hose, watering can or something, and douse this window just to make sure that it's watertight. All right, that's all for today. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.